So, Jimmy Dore was talking about the recent indictment against former President Donald Trump, this sham indictment, and let's hear what he had to say.
Instead of trying to help you economically, give you health care, a living wage, fix homelessness, give you infrastructure, give you education that doesn't bankrupt you, instead of doing that, they'd rather just lock up the guy who they think is a threat. They're going to try to lock up the guy who's a threat to them because they don't care if to say, believe me, the military industrial complex in Wall Street doesn't care if it's Joe Biden, Pete Buttigieg, DeSantis, Rick Scott. They don't care if it's any one of those guys. They are, you know who wins every election? Wall Street. You know who wins every election? The military industrial complex, big pharma, and health insurance. So that's who wins every election. And that's why we're living in the country we are, where half the country can't afford a $400 emergency and people are living under every bridge and they won't even fix the bridges. You think they would just do that? Trump wouldn't be a threat if people weren't desperate. You know why Trump is a threat? Because people are desperate. And instead of helping people, instead of doing those things, instead of giving them health care, a living wage, prosperity, education they can afford, infrastructure, clean up the homeless problem. Instead of doing that, they'd rather just try to arrest the guy who's going to beat them because people are desperate enough to vote for a game show host.
As Jimmy says, the reason that the establishment is indicting Trump is because they don't care about you. They don't want to give you things that actually help you with your life. They don't want to give you health care. They don't want to give you housing. They don't want to give you a living wage. Instead, they need to indict Donald Trump because they're scared of him, and they want to silence you. They don't understand freedom of speech anymore. The left, the fake left, they don't believe in freedom of speech. Freedom of speech means you don't censor people you disagree with. Freedom of speech means you don't deplatform people. The fake left, people who claim to represent the left but don't, like AOC, like the Squad, like TYT, like Kyle Kalinske, they want to censor people. And that's why they smeared Jimmy Dore after he interviewed one of the Boogaloo Boys. That's why they smeared him after he told the truth about Big Pharma, what vaccines are doing to people. And that's why they want to censor him. And they're acting as agents of the establishment. The establishment is paying them to smear Jimmy Dore for speaking the truth. And it's time for the people to rise up and see it for what it is. It's dividing people, and we need to take a stand against it. There you have it.